already had this hard luck where we could not match that speed. Now we need to change our mindsets.
Thing which should be inculcated in our nation, come out of this moral, ethical quagmire and be also standing with honor against the other nations. What should be that thing which should be inculcated in us?
Now, concept of teaching has turned into facilitation when we talk in terms. But yes, the tragedy and the truth lies within the reality that 60 or 70% of the schools in Pakistan, maybe the rural area schools or the government schools, have not yet, they're 100 years back when I talk about or if I address to your questions. And earlier to that, prior to that, we were of the view that this is my room and these are not my students, they are my slaves, they're supposed to listen to what I'm, they're prone to listen to me, they're prone to be obedient to me.
So a facilitator does not enforce or coerce his or her vision or thinking to a student. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Captain Ataj Jahande Bhashmi Pyar Wala here. I don't have words to start off with my podcast with someone with whom I have been spending 3 days and have found her so meticulous and so inspiring personality that there are very few men and women in my life whom I can call with these words. So with me is Ms. Gulsana Mansha. She has come from Lahore and she has been in the education system profession for so many years and have lot of experience with dealing with children, I think of all ages, and I'm not going to talk much about it. Let's listen from her own self. What is she? And we'll then proceed with further questions. Assalamu alaikum, madam.
Walaikum assalam, Jazib. Thank you so very much, first of all, for such a nice and again, I'll pick up the vocab word from you, meticulous introduction.
Yes.
I'm really obliged, and it had been an honor and a wonderful experience staying with you, roaming around Karachi with you for the last 3-4 days, since Tuesday. So thank you so much, first of all, for that, and secondly, for having me for this podcast.
It's always an honor. It would remain an honor forever. And madam, a brief introduction. How did it started and about you?
Jazib, it all started where I was trying to utilize my free time after my graduation. And that's how I just jumped into the pool, this educational pool, and I joined a Montessori school in Lahore.
Right.
But it turned out to be my good luck that I got an extremely good mentor there. Right. And she inspired me to an extent that I felt like continuing with my profession. Yes. Though I never wanted to be a teacher, but she just inculcated that love and affection for learning and grooming as a teacher that I continued there. After my marriage, I resumed again, hardly a gap of 3 years, and then I got back to my profession. Again, I joined a very famous, I'd call, the education stream, school system, Salamat school system, these days called SICAS, in Lahore. And one more time I turned out to be again one of the luckiest persons when principals like Samina Raza and directors like Mrs. Musarat Salamat herself, the owner of the school, I got this chance of working with them one-to-one.
MashaAllah.
And it was not working, it was learning. Yes. So that was a marvelous learning experience, and they groomed me like a human, like a character, as a teacher, as a facilitator, and it was not typical conventional teaching methods that were going on there. No. When I joined, I remember trainers from America, from USA, from UK, they were coming to our schools to train teachers and give them the methodologies of facilitation, exactly the kind of methodologies that were being used in USA and Britain and
Right.
some other famous countries as well. Australia se bhi, yes, I remember. There was one trainer from Australia as well. And that was, I think, so fortunate of me to be in those institutes. Now, these days, I'm with Bacon House School System,
Right.
and that's how this journey started. And here I am, sitting as an educationist, as an environmentalist, as a speaker, you name it and whatnot. And I think the credit goes to these mentors and to the journey that I had.
Brilliant, brilliant. So you've gone through a tremendous training, and my next question would be, because you spend so much time in education and directly exposed to the highest standard of education, because the people you're telling coming from all over the world with the most advanced civilizations, teaching you, inculcating you with the best of education patterns they could, and you have learned from them. So tell me, who is a teacher?
A teacher, if I talk in conventional terms, Janzeb, to the kind of concept we have about the definition of teacher is somebody who puts you into or who treats you like an animal, who thinks that you're an animal, and whatever she or he is asking or believing in, we have to pick it up like that way, exactly the way they are doing it. But for me, a teacher, if I now talk about my definition, a teacher is a facilitator. And there's a huge difference between these two words, because it's exactly the same kind of a difference which is between a Maulvi and a Sufi. So for me, a facilitator is a Sufi.
Yes.
Because a facilitator would open doors to experiences, would open doors to explorations, would welcome criticism, no
Right.
matter if it is done on her own self as well. But it's an open platform where learning is taking place interactively, and the student and teacher are working on the same grounds. So the facilitator, basically, for me, a teacher should be a facilitator. But it had been our hard luck that our teachers remained teachers. So I was lucky that where I got under the custody of these foreigner trainers, where they changed my mindset. And like me, many other teachers, of course, who were with me, working with me in the same institute. And we got the chance, and we explored the way the schools are now moving towards the new ideology of artificial intelligence-based schools,
Yes.
digital schools. So for us, at that time, that was an exploration that, oh, students are given more place into the classrooms than teachers. And earlier to that, prior to that, we were of the view that this is my room. And these are not my students. They are my slaves. They're supposed to listen to whatever. They're prone to listen to me.
Yeah.
They are prone to be obedient to me. But then the interactive, student-oriented classrooms, we shifted to those methodologies. So teacher basically has to learn to be a facilitator.
Okay. That reminds me of a saying from Albert Einstein: don't judge a fish how to climb a tree.
Yes.
Right? So a facilitator does not enforce or coerce his or her vision or thinking to a student. She or he lets him or her go with what his passion or her passion is.
Yes.
So do you think the schools in Pakistan are killing creativity?
Of course they are. Of course they are. But in the English medium schools, I would say, Janzeb, things have changed.
Yeah.
Things have changed. Student-oriented classrooms are being observed now. and religiously observing. The teachers, after getting these trainings, like big streams all over Pakistan, school systems in Pakistan, and like Bikanau school system, they are a very good and advanced training program with them, and excellent trainers they have from all over the world. They are inviting and they're engaging those foreigner educators who are coming and training the teachers. And now the concept of teaching has turned into facilitation when we talk in terms. But yes, the tragedy and the truth lies within the reality that 60 or 70% of the schools in Pakistan, maybe the rural area schools or the government schools, they've not yet, they're 100 years back when I talk about, or if I address to your questions. So yes, the schools and especially the government, I think the government officials, the government institutes, they've not played their role.
Exactly.
But English medium schools, they are on it. They are on it. And now when people like me are here to experience the new ideology of schooling, the model, I find Rehan school system as a model for the English medium streams to pick up the idea and accept that change. And I am 100%, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I'm hopeful that after people like me from these big streams visiting you, and the way you people give space to us in your school, you open doors for us. So I think this change is going to be seen very soon in these English medium streams.
So I had the same question, that how did you find the students of Rehan School, Kurungi campus, and the pattern, as you are already saying, that's the model school. So what do you think this school is doing? And is it the requirement of the era which we're going through, the AI era? And what will be the implications on the society if such kind of education systems are, practiced elsewhere also?
Of course, Rehan School is doing a great job, and there's no doubt about it. There's not even a single doubt in my mind about the confidence of children, about their curiosity, their eagerness for learning, and I saw them happy in the school, within the school. Whereas I've observed that all over places, no matter wherever you go, children are not happy in their schools. They're always waiting for the home time bell to ring when they can get out of the school's door and gates and they reach home. In spite of the fact that even their homes are not as interesting as the schools. But children are not happy in the schools. But Rehan School, they are enjoying this new ideology. They are enjoying the environment. They are enjoying the beautiful, 25th century classrooms you people have designed for them. I mean, I myself, being an adult, I loved staying in that UNO room, the Future Navigator room, the startup room. Yes. And I deliberately recorded videos over there because I was liking it. I was falling in love with this idea. And yes, they are different from the rest of the children because their confidence level is commendable, And they're not very good with their communications when it comes to English. But I really appreciate at least they're trying it out.
Our mission or our what we try to inculcate in our students, it includes that they should build the communication skills, collaboration, meditation, and language, and exercise. These are the 5 principles, cornerstones of Rehan's vision to instill in the students.
And the kind of collaboration they are doing. All over the world, there is this concept that collaboration, student collaborating students.
Yes.
But here the beauty lies in the fact that they are collaborating not only with adults, children, but with adults.
Yes.
And adults not only from within the hometown, but across the hometown.
Yes, exactly.
So I have seen they interviewing and collaborating and learning and meeting. Rehan is providing the physical experience to them when he is inviting these foreigners to his school.
Yeah.
So I think the kind of collaboration they're doing, it's of a higher level. It's of a higher level.
So, Gulsana, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
And you're so informative, and your opinion and your full of wisdom, and your prudence is so acknowledgeable that I think I should have spent like hours and hours talking to you and listening to your valuable advices, valuable talk, your vision. You've been so inspiring. But as time has a constraint, I would ask you the last question. Please, we all need a message from you. How, and that a big message, what should be the basic, thing which should be inculcated in our nation to come out of this moral, ethical quagmire and be also, standing with honor against the other nations? What should be that thing which should be inculcated in us?
Jazib, actually, time is very important.
Yes.
Eras. One era is shifting from one age is shifting to another era with such a swift speed,
Yes.
so fastly, so drastically, that we need to catch up this speed. And Pakistan already had this hard luck where we could not match that speed. Now we need to change our mindsets to match the needs, to meet the needs of the next centuries. And if we are not doing that, if we are not utilizing our time and we are not meeting the need of time, once the time flies by, and once this time is gone, we'll remain behind.
Yes, unfortunately.
And I think what we should do is that we should take measures, we should change our mindsets, and we should design our lives daily routines, not monthly routines or quarterly routines. No, we have to take these measures on daily basis and implement those changes into our lives constructively, productively. We are not only adding to the progress of ourselves, but to the progress of our schools, of our hometowns, of our institutes, and Pakistan as a whole.
Thank you very much. Very insightful message, and we should think upon and ponder on such valuable words. And gentlemen, and thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Gulsana, for being here. And so thank you very much. With this slogan, Pakistan Zindabad.
Zindabad.